Hey you guys, and welcome back to my channel and welcome back to my Perfume Empties video. So what I do basically, if you did not know this, I collect all my makeup empties, perfume empties, and then of course my skincare, beauty, bath and body empties, and do like dedicated empties videos for the entire year, specifically for makeup and for perfume, and then skincare empties you see throughout the year as well, because I cannot imagine collecting all my empties from the entire year and making one video. It's going to be as long as a movie is if we do that. So today's video is going to be perfume empties, and this bag, it's a Zepto bag in which I'm collecting all my empties, and this bag is A, heavy, and B, there are a ton of empties in here. I will actually insert a photo that I just took on the screen right here of how filled this bag is, and I think the photo also doesn't justify how many empties are in here. So this is going to be a long video, so I want you to actually grab yourself either a beverage or maybe popcorn, like some snacks, because we're going to be here for like more than half an hour for sure. I already know that because I don't know how, but for some reason in 2023 I have gone through way too many perfumes, both full size as well as like travel size, samples, decants. There's just a ton of stuff. There's a ton of stuff in here, and I'm going to start with the full size ones first. So I went through my older Little Black Dress perfume, which did not have too much, but then I also went through the new one, which was my backup, and both of these, you guys, are completely empty. I will not be repurchasing this because I don't actually buy from Avon anymore, and Avon is not cruelty free either, and this is actually not my favorite scent. I don't use it too much. I did love it back in the day. I don't anymore, so these are going to go recycled, and I will not be repurchasing this scent either. Then moving on, next we have Burberry Her. Now this was actually not a full size, it was a partial, so I had about this much. I think I had 20 ml, 25 ml, something like that. This is how many ml? This is a 100 ml bottle, but it was not completely full. I considered repurchasing it, but this is just like a nice fruity sweet fragrance, and I can't justify repurchasing the entire full size bottle. So if I can get decants or even partials at a good price, around like 1,000-2,000 bucks or something of that sort, I would probably maybe consider purchasing that, but not the entire full size bottle. Though it's a beautiful scent. It's a nice fruity sweet fragrance. That's what this fragrance is. So yeah, would not be repurchasing, but maybe a partial or a decant, maybe. Let's see, I don't know. Okay, now this was also a partial, and I have already repurchased the full size. This is Dior Hypnotic Poison, the EDT. I've already repurchased it again. I have it in my collection, and this was also another, like I said earlier, a partial. So I have absolutely fallen in love with the scent, which is why I did repurchase it. And this is a beautiful very rich, heavy, I would say almondy, sweet, not vanilla and like dark, deep or rich in that sense, but like when I say rich, I mean it's very strong. And this is something that I would typically wear with an elaborate outfit like a gown or a lehenga or something of that sort. And this is actually the perfume that I wear when I attend someone's wedding, whether it's a family member or a friend. And there were quite a few weddings this year. My cousin brother got married this year. That's when I had repurchased this, because I went through it even before that. And then I also attended one of my really nice friends' wedding last month, and I wore it to his wedding as well. So yeah, this is like my wedding guest fragrance. That's that. Okay, then I finished Hugo Boss the scent as well. This was again the partial. I think I bought the decant of this, and then I found a partial of this from someone, I don't remember who. So I got the partial, but now I actually got the full size, the 100 ml size for this one, which I'm currently going through. So again, already repurchased the scent. I absolutely love it. It's my favorite like date night scent, not date night scent, actually date day scent. Like if I'm going out for a date, I would wear this. not for date and night, because I don't think it's super nighttime appropriate. You could wear something much different for like a nighttime date. This is a nice like daytime scent because it's not super deep, like for me personally. So yeah. Then what do we have next? Okay, I cannot see the lid of this anywhere, but this is Nykaa Ambitious from the Moe by Nykaa original range. Now this is something I actually wore by spraying on my clothes. So what I would do is, like, once कपड़े धुल के आ जाते हैं, press होके, whatever, like I don't actually get all my clothes ironed generally. So yeah, basically once my clothes come, once they're washed, before I have it organized in my cupboard, I would actually spray all of them with this on, and then I would keep them, and the fragrance does last. So when I take them out later to wear, I would still smell like whiffs of it, because I do think this is a pretty strong fragrance to wear on its own, and it's only winter appropriate. I would not wear this throughout the year because it's very, 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 very sweet. This is Vicious or Bissus, I don't know how to say it, but that's the name. You can see right here. And I also noticed that with certain, I think it was maybe a detergent cleaner we were using that time or something, sometimes certain clothes, when they come washed, they smell very like bleachy. It's not that we use bleach or anything, but certain detergents just have like a very overly clean smell. So to counteract that smell, I would spray this on, but I don't do that anymore because I don't feel the need to do it anymore. So I did not repurchase it, and I don't think I would repurchase it because again, it's very like situation specific. But if you like a nice vanilla fragrance, I think you would really love this one, like sweet vanilla fragrances. Speaking of vanilla fragrances, I also had purchased Aquafina Pink Sugar because I actually found this for very cheap. I think I paid 1200 1300 for this, and I blind bought it, which was definitely a regret. This I also used the same way I used this, because this I feel like is almost more sweet than Vicious, but I feel like they're kind of similar in where they're very, very, very sweet. And I've heard so many people talk about Aquafina Pink Sugar for the longest time, so I decided to buy it, but I realized later on it's too sweet for me. So this one I would not be repurchasing either, because again, like I said, I don't have that purpose anymore to be served. So yeah. Then we have this one, which was another fragrance I have loved, used up, and repurchased as well. I'm speaking about Nykaa Love Notes. This is their EDP, and it's the 50 ml. This is a beautiful, beautiful, very soft, comforting fragrance, and it smells absolutely amazing. I've actually been spraying the one that I have currently in the evenings, like before I go to bed or something, when I just want to smell good around me. I spray this on. If Nykaa makes candles in the Love Notes range, I will be the first one to go ahead and buy a candle of this one. Even though I'm not a candle person, I will still buy it because it smells so, so, so nice. I would love a candle that smells like this in my bedroom in the evenings, once you're like back from work and you freshen up, take a shower, and just want to feel nice and clean and cozy and sweet and marshmallowy and fluffy. This is that scent. So absolutely love it. Repurchased it as well. Yeah, amazing. We already have like 8 full-size fragrance bottles which I have to show you, and then we have more. So okay, let me show you all my Hawaiian Rumba empties. We have a lot of these apparently. We have a lot of plum empties, by the way, let me just tell you that. So if you don't know Plum Hawaiian Rumba, it is probably their most best-selling fragrance, and it's the best fruity, tropical, sweet, feminine fragrance. That's the best way to describe it. I have one full size which I emptied, but I was facing a lot of troubles with the sprayer on this one and using it up. I think I would have repurchased, used it up much sooner if the sprayer was a little normal, because it was stuck, I believe, and then it was very difficult for me to get the fragrance out. So I struggled with it and somehow got it out, used it up completely, but then I decided not to repurchase the full size because of that issue. Like if it happens again and again, I don't want to deal with it. So I started repurchasing the travel sizes because this has a much better sprayer. Of course nothing's gonna spray out because there's nothing in here, but then I also finished up 3 of the travel size 15 ml fragrances from again the same Hawaiian Rumba range, and I think I have maybe one more that is left. So yeah, for now I have 3 of the travel sizes and then 1 full size Hawaiian Rumba. I think I have outgrown Hawaiian Rumba at this point, so I am not sure if I will repurchase it or not after I go through my last one, but I'll probably let you know that next year because by then I will be done with the 4th one probably, which currently I've not actually opened and started using, so I will do that eventually. We'll see, but yeah, I'm not sure if I will repurchase any more after that or not as of now, so we'll decide later. Then I have 2 more travel size fragrances from Plum as well. I have the Vanilla Vibes, which I got last year to try out. I was not sure if I want to get the full size or not because again we had a lot of sweet cloying fragrances, so I'm glad I got the smaller size, and I've actually repurchased it this year again for the upcoming winter. So this is going to be like a winter only fragrance for me, and I would much rather get the smaller sizes instead of getting the big size. And then I also got the Everything Plum scent from Plum Body Lovin' as well. Now this is only available, I think now is it available in the 50 ml. Earlier when it was launched it was not available in the 50 ml, and I'm glad that I got this size only because initially I loved it, but the more I wore it, the more again I did not love it as much. I think I have a lot of other fragrances that I like more, so I'm glad to use up these 2, but I will not be repurchasing Everything Plum. And I did repurchase Vanilla Vibes already. In fact I bought 2, one for myself and one for my mom, and I might probably steal hers as well. I might and then I'll just buy another one. Then we have my last 2. Okay, I found one more Hawaiian Rumba, the travel size. So we have 1 full size and we have 4 travel sizes. Wow, I was definitely using a lot of Hawaiian Rumba from Plum, and I found the Dhakkan for nightcap dishes also. Wow, can you just see this bit? I should actually show you. It's a little gross, but if you just see the cap, this is all the perfume that had oxidized, I want to say, and was exposed to air, and it looks gross. I should probably not show it to you. Some of you are going to leave nasty comments in the comment section because I did that, but I want to show you what it looked like because yeah, that is not ideal at all. Anyway, let me quickly show you my last 2 full sizes. We have Skin by Titan Celeste. This was another fragrance that I absolutely love so much. If I could make this my signature scent, I would, trust me, honestly, but I don't like 2 things about it. It doesn't last super duper long, and considering for how it doesn't last super long and it's not like a luxury fragrance brand, it's pretty pricey. Like, these are not cheap. I think this bottle was 1400, 1600, something like that, and this is their 50 ml size. I want to say they have a bigger size also, which was more than 2000 bucks. So because they're not long lasting and because they are pretty pricey for what they are. If it was cheaper, if it was like Plum prices, I think I would have repurchased it even if it's not long lasting, but because it's this expensive and it's not available on offers that often either, so you'll have to like pay full price, maybe 5% off, maybe 10% off maximum. I don't think it's worth the money, so that's why I won't be repurchasing this one either, but I wish that I could if it was a better price or if they made it more long lasting. So yeah. And then last but not the least, I have this fragrance, which was actually a custom one, so you can't get it. I mean, you can't just buy it off the shelves if you wanted to. This is from the brand One of a Kind, which is by Nikita Dambani. She has this page which is called OOAK, One of a Kind, where you can actually contact her, make a custom fragrance, or give her a fake fragrance description, and she will make the fragrance for you and ship it to your house, which is a little risky in my opinion. I would rather have them make custom fragrances. And earlier they used to do a ton of workshops where you could go make the fragrance yourself, and it did not cost too much to do that, especially if you're based in Mumbai. But now they don't do it as often anymore, which is very unfortunate. But I will try to contact her and ask her if she can make this specific concoction. Like, I know what were the juices, no, not juices, what were the scent oils that I used to make this, and if I tell her and she can make it and send it to me or something like that, because I do want to repurchase it. I really like the scent. But that being said, I have some other fragrances also which are kind of similar to this, or I know there are certain fragrances I can just buy from the store or online which are similar to this as well. So I'm not sure if I want to do the custom route, also because it becomes difficult to speak about those products online, because you cannot just buy it, right? So that's a slight roadblock that I have as well. But regardless, like, I did finish this, and I might repurchase it or not. I'm still 50-50 on that. Anyways, now we're done with all our full-size fragrances, travel-size fragrances. Let's move on to our samples and decants. And there are about 50 in here, so I am not going to go through every single, I mean, I cannot give you descriptions on every single one of them, but if any of them were noteworthy, I will mention it. And if there are any that I plan to buy the full sizes of, I will let you know that. Apart from that, what I would suggest is, if you want to know reviews on each of them individually, I do have a lot of reels, not reels, sorry, I forgot we're on YouTube, so shorts, where I kind of describe each fragrance to you. You can go to my channel, click on the shorts tab, and you will see all the shorts that I've ever posted till date. So when you go there and look for it, you will actually find the shorts that I've posted. And wow, this last piece is scaring me quite a bit. So there was a Wearified fragrance in here which I did use up, which is June, that I absolutely love and will be repurchasing. But the travel size that I got actually broke in here, so there are like 3 big glass pieces, which I'm a little bit scared is going to poke me and I'm going to bleed, which I don't want that to happen. So I'm going to be a little bit careful while I do this. Okay, now I have all of them in front of me. And yeah, like I said, first of all, we have a broken June travel size fragrance. There are literally 3 pieces of glass in here. I love June. Like I was telling you, the custom fragrance I made, I feel like June is kind of similar to that as well. So I might just repurchase this one instead. I have been considering that for a long time, and at some point when Anam has some good offers on the Wearified fragrances, I will probably repurchase June for myself in the full size bottles. So that is our first fragrance that I want to talk to you about. Then we have wait a second, sorry about that. Okay, now let's talk about this sample that I finished. This is Michael Kors Wanderlust, which I actually did repurchase because I found a stellar deal on Nykaa. So I bought the 100 ml of that. It's only available in 100 ml, by the way, and it was very inexpensive. I don't know by the time you're watching this video if or not the haul video is going to be up or not, but I wanted to let you know that I did buy the full size of this one. It's a beautiful tropical, floral, sweet, comforting. It's just a beautiful scent. I think my fragrance descriptions have become more and more weak for some reason, since I haven't been doing perfume videos regularly. So yeah, we probably will see if that changes in 2024 or not. Then I have Sol Charosa 62. I'm not sure if I finished this up this year specifically, or maybe I finished it and then I used this specific vial to decant some other fragrance. That could have also been possible. I do have a lot of these vials because I buy my decants from Anissa, and she used to do these vials. She doesn't do them anymore. Now I think she has this sort of packaging for all her fragrances that she sells. This I also bought from Anissa, by the way. Anyways, we have Sol de Janeiro Cheirosa 40 as well, which I do prefer, but in India the Sol de Janeiro body mists are quite expensive, and these were the body mists. These were not the EDP or anything, so they're around 1900 rupees, and it's a body mist, so it's even more expensive than Bath and Body Works, which I cannot justify. So I will not be repurchasing either of these. I don't like the Sol Cheirosa 62, which everyone loves. I actually prefer the 40 way more, but I can't justify the price, so I will not be buying the full size of that. Then we have Diesel Loverdose Tattoo. Now there were two Diesel Loverdose fragrances I tried. There was, I think, Red Kiss, and there was Tattoo. I did like both of them, but I don't think these fragrances are as easily available. They might even be discontinued, so unfortunately I don't think I will be able to repurchase this either, which is sad. Then there is DKNY Be Delicious, which was a very fresh apple cucumber kind of a fragrance. Again, was not a very big fan of it, and I don't think I'd pay designer pricing for a fresh fragrance either, so that's a no as well. This was the Dior Hypnotic Poison EDT, which I had tried out, fell in love, bought the partial which I showed you, which was this one, and now I have the full size, so clearly buying this decant was a very good decision. Then we have Elie Saab Girl of Now. Now this one is a fragrance that I absolutely love, but I'm not going to repurchase it as of now, because this to me is like what I would want to smell as a newlywed. At some point in my life when I do get married, I would love to purchase the scent then and kind of wear it as a signature scent basically, because I think it's the most beautiful fragrance that any newlywed woman could wear. So I will not be repurchasing it as of now, but some point in my life when I'm married, I will buy it then basically, is what I meant. And then we have Coco Mademoiselle by Chanel. I'm pretty sure I used this up a long time back, and then I repurposed the container to decant something else. Then we have this right here. I don't know how this landed up in here. This is actually another container which I used to decant Narciso Rodriguez Ambry. I think I should put this back and actually make another decant basically for myself. So we will do that. Then I have Adiveda Naturals Elanilla. This is basically their vanilla fragrance, which was really nice, but again not super long lasting, so there are a ton of other vanilla fragrances I could rather repurchase, and this is not going to be one of them. We have Juliet Has a Gun, not a perfume. I was actually not a big fan of this one, so we will not be purchasing that. We have Carolina Herrera Good Girl. Again, this was a decant that I bought, fell in love, bought the full size for my 22nd birthday, which was more than 2 years ago. And I think the reason I put this in here is because this packaging has now gotten very dirty, so I will probably toss this one away and make another decant with another bottle. Then we have another bottle which I repurposed to make a decant of Nykaa Love Notes, but I will not be using this anymore because I actually bought the travel size Nykaa Love Notes, which they now sell, so I can just use that. I don't need this decant container. Maybe I'll use that decant container for another fragrance, I don't know. This one was Bath and Body Works In the Stars, I think so, or was it Into the Night? Either of those two. Would not purchase that, but this decant was probably again used for another fragrance. I am not sure, because when it comes to my samples and decants, I just use them, and then there's not enough product for me to actually remember also a lot of times, because there are so many, like in here you guys, there's still a lot for us to cover. I know I'm specifically talking about these quite a bit because I actually remember them, so I can tell you about my experience, but then there will be a time I don't even remember. Like there is this one, Capri Summer from Skylar was actually nice, but not something I would actually buy the full size of. But then we have Alice Brooklyn Raven, we have Alice Brooklyn Rivs, we have Toka ones I don't even remember honestly. There is Gia over here, there is Sci-Fi from Alice Brooklyn, there is Love and Joy from All Good Sense. Again, I don't even remember these, but definitely if I don't remember them, they were not even noteworthy. That's why I don't remember them. There is All Good Sense Flirty. For the All Good Sense ones, you can actually watch me do my first impressions review on those, where I smell all the fragrances and tell you how I feel about it. Even for the Alice Brooklyn ones, for the Toka ones, I have videos on my channel which are about, I want to say, a year ago ish, where I was literally talking about every single discovery set, sharing my thoughts. We have even Maison Louis Marie number 9. Again, I don't remember any of these at all. Toka Julieta, Toka Maya, Toka Cleopatra, Toka Simone, Skylar Salt Air. This was definitely like a salt based fragrance, clearly from the name. But when it comes to these kind of fragrances, I actually have grown a love and appreciation for Olympia from Paco Rabanne. Maybe at some point I'll actually buy that one. Lipstick Fever from Juliet Has a Gun. Now this was a really nice one. I liked Lipstick Fever, and I also liked the one so there's like that one, which also will also probably be somewhere in here. Those two I actually liked. So yeah, those two I would actually consider. Yeah, here it is. These two I will actually consider purchasing. And Juliet Has a Gun is available on many Instagram pages in India, so you can just buy it from one of those. Moving on to some not really noteworthy samples. Okay, this is Paco Rabanne. Yeah, this is Paco Rabanne EDP. Yeah, EDP. Sorry, Olympia from Paco Rabanne, the EDP, which I will probably, like I said, repurchase at some point. Let's come back to the noteworthy ones. Toka Stella, Fawn from Alice Brooklyn, 7 Virtues, Grapefruit Lime, Toka Colette, Musk Invisible from Juliet Has a Gun. Then we have Skylar Pink Canyon again. I know I liked it like decently enough, but not noteworthy enough to consider repurchasing. I'll Escape from Skylar. Then there is Ilang Ilang Espresso from Floral Street. I genuinely think that if you want to see my reviews on these fragrances that I don't consider to be noteworthy, and I'm not talking about, I'm just naming them, definitely go check out my first impressions video on these sample sets, where I can actually tell you what I think about the fragrance, what it smells like, etc. We have the 7 Virtues Jasmine Neroli, which I remember being nice, but not nice enough to buy the entire one. Electric Rhubarb from Floral Street. The 7 Virtues Vanilla Woods. Now, a very disappointing thing happened with this. So when I got it, it was already empty, it had all leaked up, but it still smelled amazing, and the box of the 7 Virtues Vanilla Woods sampler set smelled beautiful because this had leaked everywhere in it. So I actually would consider buying the full size just based off of that, but it's not a unique vanilla fragrance. There are a lot of Indian brands that do this kind of a fragrance, so I would actually just consider buying it from an Indian brand. It's more easily available, and I can actually speak about it because more of you can get it. Most people will not be able to get Vanilla Woods from 7 Virtues, so that's why I'd probably not buy this one. I just buy something similar in India. Then we have Toka Florence. We have Chic from All Good Sense. We have Juliet Has a Gun Pear Ink. The 7 Virtues Orange Blossom. Maison Louis Marie number 04, Maison Louis Marie number 12, White Vanilla Orchid from Floral Street. Did not smell good, that is what I do remember. Floral Street, Arizona Bloom. Now Vanilla Vibes from Juliet Has a Gun. I was very excited about, but when I smelled it, it was too much for me. Like, I know there's no such thing as too much vanilla. There actually is, because sometimes it can get too glowing, too heavy. And if you live in Mumbai, you know how humid the weather is throughout the year. So for me to buy a fragrance that I can't wear majority of the year from an international brand or like an expensive brand, and then not being able to wear it, feels a little I mean, I do that still, but then I buy smaller sizes, like travel sizes, from more affordable brands, because that seems a better price, you know. God forbid it goes bad, it still doesn't feel like a punch in my wallet. So yeah, last but not the least, we have a few more fragrances that I want to talk about. So Victor & Rolf's Ruby Orchid. Now this is probably my favorite Victor & Rolf Flower Bomb fragrance, because I don't like the original Flower Bomb. I do like Ruby Orchid, but I don't think it's amazing enough for me to decide to buy the full size of it. I do have Armani Code Cashmere, which again smelled amazing. It's discontinued, so you can't get it. I did smell the Armani Code in store, which is available in India and which is not discontinued, but again that smells pretty basic. So for me to justify buying the price and not getting an affordable fragrance, it doesn't really make sense. So I still haven't pulled the trigger on that. I don't know if I will. And then we have 3 more fragrances from All Good Scents. It's from their pairing line. There is Creamy Sandalwood, there is Gourmand Vanilla, and there is Velvet Tuberose. Now these 3 fragrances I do like and I enjoyed wearing, but I'm not sure if I want to get the big size of these fragrances or I want to get the smaller size. There's a smaller size also you can get, there's a big size. I might probably get the smaller size at some point. I don't think I'll get the big size because that has a lot of product, unless and until it's your absolute favorite fragrance ever, then maybe, but otherwise I would not get the big size. And also these I don't use to layer or pair together. I just use them on their own as standalone fragrances. So that's that also. I will actually be saving these samples just for the bottle, so that I can remember to eventually buy the full size if I do decide that I want to do that. So yeah, that is that. It goes for all the fragrances. I am actually shocked that we're done in 32 minutes. I thought it would take much longer. Thankfully it hasn't. But if you enjoyed watching this video, thank you so much for sticking around for the entire video. If you did, please leave this emoji right here in the comment section and I will know that you watched the entire video. But that's gonna be it. Thank you so much for watching. I'm not going to keep you any longer. This is probably the first video that goes up in my empties series, like end of the year empties series, because we do perfume empties, we do makeup empties. That will come later. Then we will have my most repurchased products video of the entire year, where I do it like six months at a time. So I will save 6 months of empties, then do one in June, and then save the rest 6 months empties and do it in the end of the year. And there's also a bonus skincare empties video coming up, because I didn't want to do one this soon. I wanted to save it till Feb, but I don't want to take this year's empties into next year, if that makes sense. So there will be a bonus beauty empties coming up as well. So yeah, there's a ton of empties content if you love that, because I know I love that and I know a lot of you also do, which is why you guys end up watching my empties videos a lot. But yeah, at this point I'm just rambling. I should definitely go now. Thank you so much for watching, you guys. Until next time, bye bye.